Hey everyone, this is Ben back with you in the Midwest Model Shop. So we are almost there. In this episode, I'm going to go ahead and put on 95% of the stuff on the front bow. I still have to go through and touch up all the paint on the entire ship. I have to finish rigging up on the front, and then there's just a few little miscellaneous pieces that need to be installed, and then we will be finished. So today we're going to go ahead and wrap up, like I said, the whole area on the bow, and then yeah, that's it. Thanks to everyone who's contributed to the channel and liked and subscribed through this whole journey. I really do appreciate it. Thanks to all of our new patrons. We appreciate having you all on board. Hope you're all enjoying the Duchess of Kingston build that we got started over there. And yeah, next episode is going to be the last episode for my client's build. And then we'll show packing it up and getting it out the door. So if you are new to the channel, please like and subscribe. If you turn the bell icon on, you'll get a notification when I finally do finish up this build so you can see it all wrapped up. All right, let's get into it. Okay, folks, back in action up here on the bow. It's been a long time since we've been here. I glued in a couple of little photo etch pieces and things along the side here just to kind of get the ball rolling, but we're using the scale deck up here. I have painted up and I have ready to go my bits right here, and because they don't have a post on the bottom, I've marked out with some tape where they go so that even if I'm off a little bit, hopefully they remain consistently, well, what's the word I'm looking here? Even from side to side. There was another clever word I wanted to use, but yeah. So we'll get these dropped into position. Like so. Those look good. Get our tape out of the way. This is another reason here why I tell you to seal this deck. Use like a flat clear coat of something so that you could go ahead and put some tape down if you need to, if you spill anything. So right here, things get a little wonky. These bits shouldn't be centered on this hole. They'll be too close to the chain. So I'm going to just cover the hole like so, and that will be close enough for the placement to match up. So this scale deck, remember, is supposed to work with the kit parts, which we're not using. So right here, this bit, for some reason, they have it lined up and touching directly next to the cat eye here, and so we're actually going to slide out just a little bit with that bit in position, and that'll be a little bit more correct and it won't mess up the appearance of the wood. Alright, press down, we'll be right back here. Okay, so we'll go ahead and drop in a little CA glue right here and get our bit of choice. Just double check here the placement just a little bit. We're going to go with right here. And that will work. That will be very nice. Put a little more right here. Alright. That looks good. I'm happy with that. So now, I've only got a couple other parts already prepped. I think we could go ahead and drop in our cranes and our winches up here. I gotta double check what goes around them, and yeah, let's do that. Okay, so here's this little guy. Again, my theme, right? Let's start on the inside and work our way out. Got that installed. I'll touch up the paint right there. But this should be good to go. Now we can go ahead and drop these. I think it's okay to go ahead and drop our winches in right there. Okay, we're over here. This is where the port side winch sits. Go ahead and drop it down on its spot. And I think these cranes are really, really nicely detailed. It's kind of hard to see in the dark, but well, because the green's dark, but yeah, they're good. All right, switched over starboard side. Same thing, glue in the little space right there. And KA did a wonderful job of matching up the footprint of these winches to right on here with where they sit. Okay, that takes care of that. Okay, this is the kind of the forward, not kind of, it is the forward winch. So I discovered here it's actually important that you install the winches first. There's this little black transfer piece thing here you'll see in a second that goes in. You want to install these first, and you want to get them exactly in the right spot where they go, like this. Nice. Because there's like a steam pipe that connects up on top of the winches here that sits above this little lip right there. I'll show you that in a second. Okay, so this piece, see these little nubs on the end? And there's one right here in the middle. They sit up on top of the edge of the winches, and I think they provide the steam that goes to each of the engines. So if you were to put this piece down first, you'd have to slide the winch underneath that little spot, and of course, you know, you don't want to have to do that. You want to sit here like this. So, all right, that's good. Press it on. All right, then we have this little trunk. Goes right here. A vent for something. And then next to it here, there's a little, like a cable reel, I think, and we've got that assembled to put in place. Okay, hopefully you can see this. Drop it down right here. There we go. It's a little tight on that opening right there, but I think that works out just fine. Okay, and this was a little bit tricky. I had to make this little brass wire and then attach it to my little 3D printed brake here, but I believe that this is the brake for the cat's eye right here to release the anchor chain, because, you know, it's a big anchor, it's a big chain. I've seen some videos on YouTube. If things go sideways, you don't want to be standing next to it when that chain whips around there if things go run away from you. So anyway, it's back there, and there's two of them. That's the first one. I just drilled a hole in this piece and inserted the brass rod and then cut it to length. And that was what? Starboard, here's port. Okay, there we go. So now that's in, and oh, you can see the shadow. That's great. These are raised up above the deck nicely, which turned out pretty good. All right, press it on. So for this segment, apparently my microphone wasn't on, so we'll have to talk over it here. But where those 4 holes are at that you're looking, we have to go ahead and install 4 brass little handbrakes, I guess. I think what they're meant to do is provide braking to the big bits immediately to the left and right that you see right there. And so that one I think goes to right there, and then the middle 2 go to the ones in the front. I'm guessing about that, those 2 up there. I think that's what happens. I've gone back and forth on the color, and recent information that I have suggests that they were just all brass, the whole base and everything. I've seen them where they're painted black. I've seen them with the color up on the handles. but currently everything's showing them being all brass. My client, he's going to see this video and he'll send me a message if he doesn't like it. I think that they look pretty good. I think that they provide a nice contrast to everything that's happening color-wise up on the bow area, and just provides a little bit of eye candy to help draw you in. If he doesn't like it, he'll let me know, and I'll go ahead and change it. But those are it, and we've got them all pre-made up and dropped in these spots, and I think that they look really, really nice. That's the fourth one right there. Okay. Looking good. Alright, and over here, there's this little skylight area that goes in. I think this is for probably a work area on the bow. I'm not really sure, but we'll go ahead and get this glued in snug, and then give me a second here, and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit and keep the camera in focus. So I put this in even though I don't have the water brakes ready yet, and then right there's a vent that goes in, but I think I'll go ahead and install that first even though I don't have the water brakes in. Alright, here's that vent. We'll go ahead and install it, and I know that these swivel around, but I've decided for consistency's sake to keep them all facing the back end of the ship. I think that it looks nice, and it'll work with what my client's trying to do on this part of the build. So a little bit of a gamble, even though the water brake isn't installed yet, but I don't think that they'll be in the way. I think this won't be a problem, and it'll work out nicely. Okay, whether it was a good idea or not, I went ahead and put the railing on, not in the very, very bow here, but just this spot. It's kind of in the way. I wish I kind of hadn't done it, but I want to put these bits on, and this just helps me reaffirm that I'm putting everything in the right spot. And it's not too big of a deal to reach over outside of it. So, yeah. That's all I have to say about that, and you know, it just means I got to be careful now as we move along with the rest of the ship. But I'm really not too worried about it. I want to get this stuff installed. It might be a little tricky getting our breakwater part installed, but I think that it's going to work out just fine. This dropped in here. This is the easy stuff. Once everything's all painted up and ready to go, drop it in fast, then we just got to come back and touch everything up. When you put these bits on, there is a slight rake to them. If you look, they lean ever so, and that is because the deck is angled up. So you want to put the taller one towards the back and the shorter one towards the front, and then they'll sit correctly for what you need to do. Go. All right, so that takes care of those. Now there's these, I have one sitting here, this roller fairing. They drop in, and this is what I wanted to have the railing installed for, so that I could go ahead and get it centered up and pushed in the right spot as much as possible. So I'll go ahead and drop those in real quick, and we'll press on to the next thing. Alright, here we are so far with those bits installed. So now what I need to do is work up the breakwaters, or water brakes, which, yeah, they're going to go here, and I probably should have done them right away, but I didn't. Oh well, it'll be fine. It'll work out just nicely. We'll do that tomorrow because it's the end of the day, and then I've got This piece right here, it's ready to go. I just need to put in, and then a tremendous amount of touch-up work has to take place. I haven't even touched up the railing that I installed yet. But, yeah, whatever. It's coming along. Looks real nice. So anyway, give me a few, I'll be right back, and we'll work on those parts. Alright, back in action here. Let's go ahead and install our breakwater here. I've got it painted up. I'll show you the other side here. I'll just push the little feet down and adjust them. Let me switch to the other one on the other side. Okay, you should be able to see the little legs and everything right there, and then we'll drop this other one in. So I'm leaving the feet basically standing up a little bit so I can just get this, installed. I'll try again here. That, and then I'll come back and adjust those down so that they sit in the right place, and that's how we get those the breakwater installed. Okay, lastly here I'm going to go ahead and glue in this anchor crane. Now I know it's not complete. Zoom out a little bit here, but I just wanted to get these initial parts installed for it. The anchor cranes are for loading the anchors. Apparently, I don't know, I guess they decided they didn't want a couple hundred sailors pushing a stick around a capstan anymore for 4 hours to pull the chains up. So they got this little guy instead to speed up the process. Then obviously some rigging goes across right here. All right, so now let's see, there's a little piece that goes right up here, and then some railing. Let's get that. Okay, I'm going to apply a little glue up here. Now, I've sort of prepared this piece, and what I mean by that is you'll see that it's kind of painted white, and I put the little strap up on the front here, but it's not finished painted yet. That all has to happen still. But put it on there just like this. Lined up nicely with the bow. And we're good. So I need to dig out that railing next. And you can see I didn't paint this thing yet because it's still got to be rigged. Okay, here we are. Sorry I had to put this little piece of railing up off camera. It was just turning into kind of a pain in the rear. Obviously some little things aren't done yet. We've got some rigging that's got to come across for our anchor crane. There's an anchor that goes back here. There's all the rigging that goes up to the mast and everything like that. But otherwise, generally speaking, here we're done. And everything has to be touched up. There's a lot of touch-up work that has to happen. But that's it. I'm calling it quits for now. The very next video will be the last video. I'm going to go ahead and finish up all the rigging. And yeah, feel free to like and subscribe. Turn on the little bell icon here. Hopefully in the next week or so I'll be home enough from work to wrap it up and you guys will see the finished video. Thanks to everyone again on Patreon for contributions. Really appreciate it. Hope you're enjoying the build of the Duchess of Kingston over there on Patreon. And yeah, like and subscribe. Next time my client's build will be done, and then I'll show like boxing it up to get it out the door and all that stuff. All right, see you guys later.